everyone, and welcome to my iPhone 15 Pro unboxing and first impressions. Now I know this video is a little bit late. It took 20 days for the phone to arrive. I didn't pre-order, although I wish I did. We were on our honeymoon. I just didn't want it to arrive while we were away. I'm pretty sure that the time frame is shorter now, so you won't have to wait 20 days, at least on Apple's website. If you're looking for, you know, a Christmas or holiday gift for yourself or a loved one, I'll leave the link in the description so you can learn more and check it out. But yes, this is the brand new iPhone 15 Pro in the natural titanium color. Now there are 4 colors to choose from. There's the black titanium, white titanium, blue titanium, and natural titanium. I was between the white and the natural. I usually go for the white every time, but I figured why not switch it up, get something different and a new color. So very excited about that. So there are 4 capacities to choose from. I went with the lowest one, which is 128 gigabytes, and then it goes up from there to 256, 512, and then 1 terabyte. It is a 6.1 inch display. There is an option if you want the bigger one. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is 6.7 inch. It also has a better zoom on that camera on that phone, but yeah, I went for the smaller phone so it is more easily fit into my purse and everything. And this is actually an upgrade for me. I'm upgrading from the iPhone 11, so very excited to have a Pro phone with the camera that it has. Very excited about that. And obviously it'll be a huge upgrade for me because it's got that A17 Pro chip, which is new, as well as 6-core CPU, 6-core GPU, and 16-core neural engine. All things that I don't know a crazy ton about. I'm not a huge tech expert or anything. I'm just excited to be unboxing my brand new iPhone 15 Pro. So let's get into it. Now this is the box directly from Apple. I was kind of surprised. It is skinnier than I thought it would be, but let's get to the actual Apple box. I had to get a knife. I'm like scared to hold it because I don't want to drop it and like break it. But there it is. It is much more silver. It looked a little bit more of like a beigey silver tone. But yeah, it's much more like a gray than I thought it would be, which is fine. It's really, really nice. So yes, that USB-C port instead of the Lightning is a new addition, as well as the action button. It's just above the volume buttons. This little button replaces that switch to mute your phone, which you can still program it to do. But apparently there's a ton of other ways you can customize this button to your preferences, which is so exciting. I feel like it's heavy, like it's a phone. It's got weight to it. But supposedly this is, I think, 10% lighter than the iPhone 14 Pro. And that has to do with the material, the titanium that they used. Aerospace grade titanium, which is crazy to think about. Let me compare it to my iPhone 11 that I have right here. I mean, this is obviously doesn't have a case. Let me take the case off. You know what? It's similar, but that's also because I think they made the phone heavier, you know, as they're adding things and then, you know, making it lighter. You know what? No, this one's lighter for sure. The design is definitely very different. Obviously less lenses, but much rounder design on the sides, whereas this is more boxy. But they've actually, from videos that I've watched, they did end up smoothing out the edges, so it's a little less of a corner edge than the iPhone 14 Pro. But yeah, super sleek, super gorgeous. Let's see what else is in the box. Not much. Obviously, this USB-C cable. They don't give you a plug anymore. If you've gotten a new phone in the recent years, they've stopped doing that. But I do have a USB-C plug already from my iPad, which is good. And one thing to note that I am excited about is the fact that it is a braided nylon cord. I feel like the other cords, that material, I've mentioned this in another unboxing in my MacBook M2 unboxing. They did the same thing with the charger. They made it like a braided situation and so much better. I feel like it won't start like peeling as quick or at all. I don't know, but yes, excited about that. And then obviously designed by Apple in California with a sticker. Some other things to note, it says you no longer need a physical SIM card. Activate your eSIM during iPhone setup, and I do have have an eSIM with my phone plan already, so I'm used to that. And yeah, it's just some, you know, instructional things. All right, let's get it turned on and set up now. I'm going to use an iCloud backup of my phone instead of starting from scratch. I thought about it, but I've already customized this iPhone to perfection. Then I don't want to redo all those app icons. That will take me too long. So I'm just going to transfer everything over and show you the process. All right, let's turn it on. Just gotta hold the right button, that lock button / power button, until the Apple icon shows up and it says hello in many different languages. Then slide on up, select language and country, and then the appearance of your text. You can choose between default, medium, and large. I chose default, which is the smallest, and then it gives you the quick start option. Because I was using my previous iPhone's backup, I just brought that phone closer until a pop-up menu comes up to basically set up your new iPhone. So this is what happens. You take your old phone and scan the blue image on the new phone. It just takes a couple of moments to get things ready, and then your information will pop up where you'll be prompted to put in your password for your other phone, and then it just basically sets up your iPhone like magic. It will then ask you some more questions, including transferring your phone number and which phone number to choose. I had a little bit of an issue. I just needed to do it within the app for my carrier, which I had to wait to do since the iPhone wasn't set up. So I just skipped this step for now. It'll move on to asking you to continue with your data and privacy settings before setting up Face ID. It's a super easy process. Just get started, and it basically has you put your face in frame and move it around in all different directions before it continues. This is new. They use Face ID with a mask. I set that up as well, and then it was done. The last step is transferring your data, and I chose restore from iCloud rather than doing it from the iPhone. It just seemed like it would be faster based on what it said. So yes, I just made this my new iPhone. It said it had to update backup. I don't know if that happens for everyone, but there was just a couple more questions before I just had to wait. Forgive how zoomed in it is. I just have a lens on that's just, I can't unzoom, but that's fine. It did say time remaining 1 minute, and now it's back to time remaining estimating ... Yeah, I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. It's probably been like maybe 3-4 minutes. I know that's not long at all. Yeah, we'll see. It said 8 minutes before, now it says about 9 minutes. We'll see. Oh, now about 10 minutes. It took about 17 minutes to get to the point where it was completed. I just swiped up and it said restore completed. So not very long at all. And then my watch actually started vibrating on my wrist to get me to pair with my new iPhone. So I did that. And then back to my phone, I skipped the Apple Pay setup and went straight to the next feature, which is new, the silent mode in Control Center, which had to be added obviously in case you want to change your action button. So let's go through all the options. Obviously, the first option is traditional, the silent mode. Switch between silent and ring for calls and alerts. Then we've got focus to silence notifications and filter out distractions. Or you could choose to open the camera app when you need it. Turn on your flashlight for extra light. Record a personal note, musical idea, and more with a voice memo. Then you can also turn your iPhone into a magnifying glass to zoom in and detect objects. Or use the Shortcuts app to run your favorite shortcuts. Or quickly use an accessibility feature. There are so many options to customize this action button, and I'm sure there's going to be more as time goes on and apps start to implement different ways of using it. Once I hit continue, I was welcomed to my brand new iPhone 15 Pro, and then I just swiped up to reveal my already customized home screen with just a few apps waiting to download. All right, that is it for the unboxing and quick setup process of the iPhone 15 Pro. Some of the apps are still kind of downloading and porting over, so my widgets are a bit messed up. At least all the information and everything is transferred over pretty quickly and very easily. So that's good. Now let's talk about my first impressions of the iPhone 15 Pro. First things first, I'm pretty excited about the USB-C port that they've added. It'll probably just be easier to travel now that I have just one cord that I can use for my iPad and my phone. I mean, knowing me, I'll probably bring both anyways, but at least it makes it a little bit easier. And the action button's pretty cool. I feel like, I don't know if I'm gonna miss having the switch because it's just so easy if I realize that it's on by accident, because I always keep my phone on silent mode. It's so easy to just switch it. Now I think I just need to get used to the action button you can't just press it. You have to press and hold to actually change it. I feel like I won't know whether it's on silent or not unless I press it. Whereas you can just like visually see where there's a switch, but that's okay. Another thing is the dynamic island situation. I am not used to having the whole screen be in use. I'm used to this like notch situation, but now there's just a hole, I feel like. But you can like tap on it, is that right? I honestly don't even know how it works. Okay, at this point I feel like I just need to play around with the phone to figure out everything, but for the most part, I think there'll just be a lot of integration with the dynamic island of when you get a call, it will have this animation. When you go to pay for something, also an animation up there. One thing that I kind of read up on real quick here is like if you have a timer going, it will show up on there while you're multitasking, which will probably be amazing for cooking recipes. I feel like I use the timer all the time, but then I have to like switch back. But with this, I can just tap on it and it'll go back to the timer. Amazing. Very exciting. So yeah, just some fun things to play with and note. Another thing I noticed when I was just, handling it, playing with it, the lock button on the side is just a little bit lower. I don't know where it was on the 14 or any other earlier models, but it's higher on the 11, so that'll be something else I need to get used to. But yeah, I feel like when you add a case, it's gonna feel the same, weight and all. One thing I'm so excited about, like I said, is the camera. So I'm going to go to it here. This is my view right now. It's got so much more zoom capability than I'm used to. Very excited about that. Well, it's just got a better zoom, all right? Whoa, you can change to customize the camera. Okay, so you can like shoot with various different, I would say, filters. The front camera is also so much more crisp than I'm used to. I snapped a quick photo of myself to show you that you can actually edit the f-stop after taking the photo. So that blurry background can be adjusted after the photo was taken, which is so cool. I'm just so excited to play around with the camera more. I feel like this is the biggest upgrade for me, like biggest noticeable thing other than just the hardware aspect of it. Another thing that I didn't realize, I don't know when it came out, but you can shoot in RAW now. I didn't know you could do that with some of the more recent phones. I don't know when it switched. Like I said, I'll leave it on the screen. Couldn't do that with the 11. Couldn't do a lot of things. Ooh, another thing that I'm gonna have to get used to is this always on display, because I kept trying to lock it to make it go black and it just wasn't going, and I was like, oh yeah. I feel like there's so many things that I'm going to forget to mention. Okay, I forgot to mention one thing, and that was a major issue when the phone was first released. I guess it's good that I got it a little bit later, but it was the fact that the phone ran warmer than it should have. Mostly when charging, from what I'd seen online. Not exactly sure the details, but they have come out with an update to combat that issue. I mean, right now, is it that warm? No, I feel like it's a normal warmth, but seems like they fixed it. Those are just my initial first impressions of the iPhone 15 Pro. I'm so excited to finally have this phone, and a Pro phone at that. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like, comment down below whether you're thinking about buying the new iPhone 15 Pro or the Max or just the non-Pro version, which there are a ton more colors in that one, especially the pink one. Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh, if I weren't wanting the camera, especially in the Pro version, I would have maybe gone for that pink iPhone 15. I wish they hadn't gotten rid of the gold, because that's really what I wanted. But anyways, please subscribe if you haven't already. I have so many more fun videos from my wedding series to post, as well as moving to the USA and updates on immigration to come. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.